thinking they playing with me. Look into my eyes, do it look like you playing me? This is safe to be thinking that you could ever get over on me. I'm a rebel of this game, so ain't no rules to be binding me. Y'all a felon in this industry. Y'all misdemeanor, tell me smart, I'm new.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Y'all know what day it is. You know what time it is. It's the man of the hour. Next icon in the building. This is the ICON Chronicles. This is Wednesday, October 19th, 2022. You know what the deal is. The ICON Chronicles is back. Yeah, for right now, we still on the Wednesday. Still trying to debate on whether or not I want to go back to Monday or Tuesday. But we're going to play it by ear. Right now, I'm kind of centered on the Wednesday thing. But we're going to see. So, welcome everybody that's tuning in. Y'all know what the deal is. You know who I am, and if you don't, I'm going to say it again. I am the one and the only, the incomparable. I ain't going to go that far. The great next icon. No excuses. I can overcome negativity. Definitely in the building. Back for another show. We finna get into it and get it started. So we're going to get all the formalities out of the way. As y'all see, tonight's topic is going to be letting go. So we're going to get into it a little bit, and I'm going to let you know what that entails. So stay tuned, pay attention, before the show. In the meantime, if you would like to get on the Chronicles and what it is that you can be a burger flipper at McDonald's. It doesn't matter. Everybody needs to sunshine on them at some point to make a day better. That's what this is for. If you would like to be on the show, look at the bottom there of the screen. Book your time. You can book a Monday, Tuesday, or a Wednesday. Book your time to be on the ICON Chronicles. We can sit here, we'll chill for an hour. We will talk about everything that I want to talk about and everything that you want to talk about, and let the world know who you are. Because trust me, if you don't make yourself known, the world does not know that you exist. So hit me up on calendly.com, the icon / the ICON Chronicles, and book your interview with me on the show, and we're going to make it happen. Again, it don't matter if you work at McDonald's. It don't matter if you're pumping gas somewhere. It don't matter if you're a car wash attendant. Everybody needs a little sunshine in their life, because you never know what it is that's going to change and brighten somebody's day. Now, we're going to get back to the usual. We're going to kick it like I always do. Y'all know that I'm an artist. Got 9 albums in the game. The goal for this year was to release a new single every month for the year. This is October. I'm running a little bit behind on this one, but I got 2 projects in the work that's going to be coming out pretty soon. One is called Tell Me, and the other one is called Another Lost Soul. So get ready for those to be coming out by the end of this month. Keep in line with my one song, at least one song a month for 2022. And I may do an entire album next year. I have not quite decided yet, but it's the process is going on in my mind. But in the meantime, you can always go to DistroKid. You can go to Spotify. You can go to YouTube. You can type in my name. There it is on the lower left-hand part of the screen. Next icon, type me in any search engine. It will come up. You can check out my music. I have some releases that have come out this year. Got a whole slew of them. Check them out. Download them. Support your boy. Support all independent entertainers that's out here. The actors, the artists, the poets, the independent filmmakers, independent writers, independent directors. Yo, at one time, your biggest star was exactly what we are. Support us like you support them. You can us. We got and agents and red tape and all of that crap just to get a simple hello. It's not that serious. Support your locals, because we're going to be up there too. And we're going to be there because of you. Now, I'm also an author. I have 5 books to my credit. There are 2 books, which is going to be 3 soon, called Love for the Game. Love for the Game Book 1, Love for the Game Balls in My Word, and the final chapter is going to be Endgame. Then I have a psychological thriller called Brutal, and then I have 2 poetry books. I'm in the process of completing Endgame. I have another novel that I'm trying to complete called Across the River, and there's going to be a 3rd volume of Confessions from the Flip Side of Love for the poetry. So stay tuned, pay attention, don't miss anything. I also have an interview coming out pretty soon from Beeline Entertainment. Had fun kicking it with my man on his show. Had a nice, what, it was supposed to be an hour. I think we went over an hour a little bit, but man, it was a blast. So that interview is going to be coming out on my page real soon. So make sure that y'all tune in to catch that interview. What else am I missing? Actor. Oh, I left out the actor part, didn't I? That's usually the first thing I say. Yes, I'm an actor, and I'm going to be in some projects coming out soon. Stay tuned. Keep out. Geek Monsters coming out on Tubi. I have Jared coming out on Tubi. If you haven't seen Jared, you can go to Amazon Prime and you can check it out. Check me out, Jared. I also have Love in Atlanta that's going to be coming out soon. I'm also still in the process of Ugly 2.0. Those will be coming out real soon. Make sure that you do not miss not one single solitary episode when they come out, because you might miss something. What else is there? Actor, artist, author. Oh, I will be back in Shop Talk. January 29th is the current date that's set. It's going to be in Lakeland, Florida. I will not be Pastor Clark this time. Lenny Williams will be Pastor Clark. I will be one of the police officers in the stage play. So make sure that you check that out as well. Now, I've done the actor, done the artist, done the actor, artist, author. You already know that I'm a motivational speaker because you see that I spend an hour with y'all every Wednesday, trying to keep y'all motivated, keep y'all uplifted, to let y'all know that anything that you want to do is possible. All you have to do is just to believe in yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ready to get into the topic for tonight, which is entitled Let It Go. So I hope that y'all are ready for this, because we are about to get it started. Once again, this is the ICON Chronicles. I am your host. Next Icon, no excuses, I can overcome negativity. And we are about to get into the show. This is Letting Go. The reason why I chose Letting Go is because there's a lot of things that are going on in this world. People are holding on to things that are not conducive to their lifestyle. You're holding on to past hurts. You're holding on to past pains. You're holding on to past traumas. You're holding on to grudges with people that really don't know that you have a grudge. You're holding grudges with people that don't care that you have a grudge. But yet you're holding on to it. You're holding on to things in your past that you cannot fix. You're holding on to things in your past that you cannot go back and undo. What's done is done. It's submitted in the book of history. There's no pencil that you can go back and you can erase what was done. You can't go back and rip the page out of the book like it never happened. What you have to do is you have to look at these things that have happened in your life as one, a lesson, but also as a blessing. Because in order for you to understand something, you have to go through something. And people have heard me say this before. that whatever it is that you're going on in your life is a test because there's something that you put out into the universe that you said that you wanted or that you wanted to do or that you wanted to achieve. And because you put it out there, the world is going to test you. You have to pass the test. Sometimes part of that test is letting go of what happened yesterday. The reason why I say that is because what happens is that as long as you hold on to whatever it was that happened yesterday, you will never be able to focus on today, and you're going to miss out on what's supposed to come for you tomorrow. Okay? You holding on to your past, which is blocking your today, and studying your future. Whatever it was that was done in your life that caused you whatever pain, whatever trauma, whatever it was, as long as you hold on to it, that is where your life still is. That's where your life has stopped. So, for example, today is October 19, 2022. Let's go back 10 years. If something happened to you on October 19, 2012, and you're still holding on to whatever it was that hurt you, whatever pain it was, whatever it was that traumatized you, if you're holding on to that and it happened in 2012, your life is still stuck on October 19, 2012. It has not progressed. It has not moved on. It has not done anything. It's still stuck in 2012. Physically and somewhat mentally, you've moved on to the next days, the next years, the next month. But psychologically, in that other portion of the mentality, you're still stuck on October 19, 2012. You have to let that go. Now, there's people that sit here and say, well, I can't forget, and I'm not going to forget, and I can't get over it. You have to. For your life to progress, for you to raise to the next level of your existence, for you to go for the goal and to achieve the goal that you want to achieve, you have to let go and move on. Now, the person that hurt you, the person that gave you pain, the person that traumatized you, do you really think that they're sitting there wallowing and worrying and feeling sorry for what they did to you? Then they're not. Whatever they did to you, if they're still in the same cycle of life, whatever they did to you, they do it to the next person. And they continue to do to the next person. And they continue to traumatize everybody else like they did you. Because it's their lifestyle, it's their pattern. They're not looking for any comeback, so to speak. They're living their life. While yours is still stuck on October 19, 2012 for whatever happened. You're holding a grudge. You're refusing to forgive whatever it was that happened. I'm not going to forgive. I can't forgive. You have to forgive. The forgiveness, I say this many times, the forgiveness is not for them. The forgiveness is for you. The forgiveness is for you to be able to let go of what happened and to move on from what happened. Look for the lesson in it. Look for the blessing in it. Forgive it and move on. Yes, it's a challenge to do so. No, it's not easy, because if it was easy, everybody would do it. But sometimes we have to take the lead on what has to be forgiven to show somebody else how to forgive. We have to get over our traumatization to show somebody else how to get over their traumatization, how to get over their pain, how to get over their hurt, because we are their, I don't want to say idol, but we are their guide. I guess that's a better word to use. We are somebody's guide on this journey, whether we like it or not, whether we realize it or not, whether we want to or not. We are somebody's guide on this journey. And for us to continue to be that guide, again, whether we want to be or not, we have to learn to forgive. And sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. Because you blame yourself for the trauma. You blame yourself for the hurt. You blame yourself for the pain. And you allow yourself to take the full burden of what you went through as if you were the one that caused it. And a lot of the times, the reason that you believe that you caused it is because that's what's put into your mind. I beat you because you made me. If you hadn't got me mad, I wouldn't have had to hit you. It's your fault. If you would have just flipped my burger to the left instead of to the right, I would have had to yell at you. I would have had to make you feel bad. It's your fault. Oh, it's not your fault. You have no part in this. The fault is the person that created the pain, the person that caused the hurt, the person that brought the trauma to you. That is the person that's at fault. You are a victim. And they use that victimization to keep you in a victimization mind state as a form of control. And they mask it as love. They mask it as caring about you. They mask it as looking out for your best interest. They're not looking out for your best interest, they're looking out for their own best interest. Because trust and believe, the things that they do to you and how they do you, they're not going to do it to anybody else because ain't nobody else going to take it. This is the age of time where people, not just people, but this is the age of the time where women are standing up for themselves. And yes, brothers, I'm saying this to you. I saw this coming a long time ago. I predicted it a long time ago. That there's going to come a time when women are not going to take men putting their hands on them. They're going to stand up. They're going to raise up. They're going to fight back. And y'all was like, it'll never happen. I'm the man. Ain't no woman going to stand up to me. Ain't no woman going to put their hands on me. My, how the tide has turned. Because one thing about trauma, one thing about hurt, and one thing about pain, it's like backing a wounded animal into a corner. And most wounded animals that are backed into a corner will eventually fight for their survival. It becomes instinct. It becomes self-preservation. It becomes a necessity to continue to live and to breathe. And once you get a person to the point where they feel that they're being deprived of that, they will retaliate. They will fight back. To stand up for themselves, once they've had enough of the traumatization, once they've had enough of the hurt, once they've had enough of the pain, they begin to realize that they need to do something different. they begin to realize that that particular part of them they have to let go. You have to allow yourself the opportunity to heal. And you cannot and you will not heal being in the same situation consistently. Now there's I guess it's a quote in the Bible. It may not, but it may allude to it, where it says to let go and to let God. The only way to let God is to let go. And the only way that God can do anything for you is for you to start the process first. Now, you can say how tired you are. You can say how fed up you are. You can say how done with it that you are, how finished you are with it. But if you are not making the move, if you're not making the move to secure that commitment that you're done, that you're tired, that you're finished, and you just waiting on God, God is going to keep waiting on you. Because he can't do anything until you take the first step. And yes, that first step may be nervous. It may be scary, but it has to be taken. For the sanctity of your well-being, to save your sanity, and maybe even to save your life, you have to let go. What are you holding on to it for? What is it benefiting you to keep walking around constantly reliving all of that pain and trauma and hurt? What does it sell? What does it sell? What does it solve? Are you waiting for that person that did that to you to miraculously wake up and say, "Oh my God, what did I do? What have I done? I need to get up and I need to call and I need to send a text message. I need to apologize for the things that I've done." Is this what you're waiting for? In most cases, it's not going to happen because that person that you're waiting for to come in and say that they're sorry, that they wish it never happened, they're not thinking about you. They're not feeling any guilt for what they did. There's no remorse. There's no feeling sorry. They've moved on. They have a new victim. Between now and then, they've probably had multiple victims. You are not the only person that they've hurt. You're not the only person that they've put through pain. You're not the only person that they've traumatized. They have a consistent pattern of traumatization of other people. How long are you going to allow yourself to be held prisoner by past events and past memories? It serves no purpose. What community have we not slow learning to embrace the idea of is talking to someone, or to see a psychiatrist, or to see a counselor. For a long time, the Black community like this is not talked about. It's not discussed in the Black community. It's kept behind closed doors. It's swept up under the rug. It's talked about in the dark recesses and corners of people's lives where nobody else is going to talk about it because nobody wants it to sound like they're weak. Wake up. We all, at some point in time, need somebody to vent to. We all, at one point in time, need somebody to talk to. Because what you hold inside of you, eventually, in one way, shape, or form, and most often it's a confrontational, violent outburst, it's going to come. Now, some of y'all get substance abuse. You're on drugs. You're on alcohol to deal with the pains, to try and drink it away, to try and drug it away, to thinking it in your mind that that's going to get rid of it, that's going to take care of the problem, that's going to make everything all right. It's a temporary fix. Because once the high wears off, once the drunkenness wears off, that issue is still going to be there, and you're still going to have to face it in one way, shape, or form. It is inevitable. Until you face it, until you deal with it, it's going to be that monkey on your back, beating your head in until you do. Nobody can face your demons but you. Nobody can lay that demon to rest but you. Nobody can stand up for you until you do. You have to take the first step. Ooh, I feel like my nose is running. You have the power and the strength within yourself to stand up and say, I deserve better. You have the courage, the determination, the tenacity to stand up and say, I want more. Going back to the forgiveness piece, it's an option to go back to that person that hurt you and say, I forgive you. It's not an obligation. It's not mandatory. You don't have to. That's your option. If that's what you feel that you need for a sense of closure for yourself, then by all means, do what it is that you feel that you need to do. But also keep in mind that you're not obligated to go and tell that person, you know what, next ICON, I forgive you. Because next ICON might be like, who are you? What was it that I did? I don't remember. Because it wasn't important. Because next ICON has moved on. Next ICON got a new woman, new career, new life, new path. You in the past. What do I need to remember you for? Why do I need to be reminded of what I did to you? What does it matter to me? You have to let go of your past. You have to move on from yesterday. You have to get into today because today is your present. Your present. And you have to be able to put 100% focus and 100% energy into your today so that that energy can be moved into tomorrow. So you can't have 25% into yesterday and then 75% in today and then think that you're going to have enough for tomorrow. Yesterday. Take all of that, leave it there, forgive it, bury it in a hole deep in the subconscious levels of your mind that you don't have time to think about it. You don't have time to remember it. You don't have time to go back over it. It's a forgotten, lost chapter in your book of life. Because your mind state now is in today. Your mind state now is in the progress, of building who you need to be and going where you need to go to have what you want to have for your tomorrow. Again, you can say all day long, I can't forgive. I can't forgive. If you do not forgive, whatever date that happened, that incident happened, that is where your life is stuck at. How long do you want to be 60, 70, 80 years old, still stuck on what happened in 2012? You wasted the majority of your life on something that happened that there's no way that you can go back and fix, that you can't go back and change, and you're going to carry that from 2012. Let's see, what 70 years or something from 2012 to 2082. You gonna hold on to all of that? What sense does that make? Where is the progress in that? Where is the happiness in that? Because all of that pain and trauma and hurt that you're holding on to and that you carried around, all you're gonna do is you're gonna bring that with you wherever you go. Whatever relationship that you're in, you're gonna bring that with you. And nobody is going to have an honest, fair chance to get to know you or to get to be with you or to get to understand you. Why? Because you've already stereotyped this new person to be like that old person. You already have it in your mind set that person is going to do you like that person did you. You already have it in your mind that they're going to traumatize you. You already got it in your mind that they're going to hurt you, that they're going to bring you pain, that they're going to do this and that they're going to do that. Stop doing that. Because that new person is not a representative of the old. They're new for a reason. There's a reason that when you bring somebody around, this is my new man, this is my new woman. There's a reason why you're using the word new. When you go to the store and you buy something new, you don't compare it to what you had that's old. So why are you comparing your new woman? Why are you comparing your new man to your old woman or to your old man? Why? The person that's new takes the place of that old. That's supposed to be the new and improved version. That's supposed to be what Beyonce say. That's supposed to be the upgrade. But we can't be, you can't be, I can't be, nobody can be the upgrade if they're still put in the frame, in the body of the old. Because basically, no matter who you with, no matter who that you're in a relationship with, only you still see the before. You're not seeing the now person. You're not seeing the after person. You still focus on the old person. And that's not fair. You have to give everybody a fair and honest chance. If they're going to make a mistake, if they're going to do anything to you, that's what they're going to be held responsible for. Not for what your last person did. We can't be held accountable for that because we weren't there. We had nothing to do with it. That was then. This is now. I think that's the title of a book. That was then. This is now. And the now is trying to be there for later. And the now may also be trying to be there forever. But you're too busy stuck in yesterday and worried about yesterday and worried about yesterday trickling into today that you're sabotaging your own happiness. You're sabotaging your own progress. You're sabotaging your own future. Because in your mind, you think that you're protecting yourself from what might happen, but you have no guarantee. You're basing everything on what happened then. Now, we always have this thing. I still feel like the nose is running, but it's not. We make these promises to each other. We just, it can't be. The promises can't be held. I promise I'll never hurt you. I promise I'll never lie to you. I promise this. I promise that. Those promises can't be kept. Those promises go right along with the white with the nice house with the white picket fence and the dog and the 2.5 kids. It's a fantasy. Because at some point in time, in any relationship, just like in any marriage, somebody's gonna get their feelings hurt. Somebody's gonna get lied to. Somebody's gonna cry. I promise I'll never make you cry. You can't keep that promise. So let's start off with that. Let's start by being real. I can't promise that I won't make you cry. I can't promise that I won't hurt you. I can't promise that I won't lie to you. That's being upfront and honest. Everybody has this fantasy of the perfect marriage and the perfect relationship and the perfect man and the perfect woman. There is no such thing. Because we are all flawed. None of us is perfect. All of us are damaged in some way. We all have been hurt. We have all gone through pain. We've all been through some type of traumatization. The question is, do those things control you or do you control them? As long as you allow those things to control you, you will never find what you're looking for. You will always be suspicious of everybody and anybody. You will never be able to understand and to enjoy the fruits of true happiness because you still using what happened yesterday as the blueprint for what's going to happen today, or what might happen today, and what might happen tomorrow. There is no guarantee. So you could be sabotaging yourself with the perfect person. Like everybody you see here saying, I'm waiting for God to send me my Boaz. I'm waiting for God to send me my Ruth. They might already be there. They might already be present in your life, but you are so busy, so stuck, and so caught up in what they might do that they have not shown any indication of that you don't even see it. Oh my God, he lied to me. He said that he would never lie. You would have done for believing that. He said he wouldn't make me cry. You are a fool for believing that. Because there is no relationship and no marriage that does not have a problem. Y'all think that people that have been married for 50 years, but listen, look, matter of fact, for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, you think that they haven't had their share of problems? You think that they haven't had their share of issues in those times? You think that every day of their marriage was sunshine and blue skies, pretty songs and birds singing? There's no such thing. They had problems. They had issues. The difference between them and now is they stuck through it. They worked it out. They figured it out. That's why they're still together 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. They didn't just pack up and quit and leave. Y'all folks now, first sign of trouble, you out the door. First time that you shed a tear, you ready to pack up and quit. But you want a long-lasting relationship. You want a long-lasting marriage. Talk to your parents that have been married for a long time. Talk to any senior citizen couple that have been together for a long time. They're going to tell you the same thing that I'm telling you right now. No, the road has never been easy, but we had our issues, but we had our problems, but they're not going to be able to give you any kind of story without saying but. And that but is going to be a resolution to the problem that they had. And that's why they're still together. That's why they still married. You think that he didn't make her cry at some point in time in them 50, 60 years? You think that she didn't cause him any pain in 50, 60 years? Quit following the fantasies that everything that once you get into a relationship, once you get into a marriage, that is going to be peaches and cream and perfect. It's not going to happen. Because if I get into a relationship with you and we don't have one disagreement, we don't have not one problem, not one argument, one of us is a damn psychopath. One of us is a stalker. One of us is a serial killer. There's something wrong with one of us. What we doing? When we making Coming to America? When I look at you and I say, baby, what you want to eat? Whatever you like. What you want to do tonight? Whatever you want to do. What's your favorite ice cream? Whatever ice cream you like. Who the hell wants that? You see what Eddie Murphy did in there? Barked like a dog. What she do? She barked like a dog. She barked like a big dog. What she do? She barked like a big dog. Who in the hell wants that? Now, I'm the first to tell you. I come right out the box and I tell you. I have asshole tendencies. I'm a pain in the ass. I'll tell you that right up front. I'm going to piss you off. I'm going to make you mad. I'm probably going to make you cry. I'm probably going to make you want to knock my head off. I probably got you. I get you to the point where you can lay next to me in the bed and you looking at the pillow thinking, I should just smother this nigga right now. But you can't say that you wasn't warned. That's just being real. And at the same time, if I take you somewhere out to eat, and I say what you want to eat, and I'm sitting over here and I'm like, number one, I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat nothing but fish. But if I'm sitting up there and I'm ordering me a pound of fish and a pound of French fries, and you sit up there in front of me, talk, I'm just gonna have a salad. I will take your ass home. And I'm not walking you to the door. Because if I take you out to eat, I'm taking you out to eat. That means that if I mean that you eating, oh, well, I just didn't want you to think that I was greedy, and I didn't want you to think that that all I do is eat. Nigga, if you're hungry, eat. If I wanted a salad eating person, not gonna get me a supermodel. If I get on your nerves, if I piss you off, hell, tell me I get on your nerves. Tell me I pissed you off, eh? That's the reality of life. But if I done pissed you off, and I know I pissed you off, and you just I'm just gonna go home here and I'm just gonna sit in the corner and I'm not gonna say anything, even though my feelings are hurt. And I'm just gonna go over here and I'm just gonna cry to myself and I'll just find a way to deal with it. I'll be okay. Nigga, go home. I don't need that kind of woman in my life. If I piss you off, they tell me I pissed you off. If you got to get in my face, get in my face. Hell, I respect you more for getting in my face than I will for bowing down to me, because that's what I take it as. That you bowing down to me. And most niggas, I'm sorry, most men, it's the kind of woman that they want. They get brutal with it. Oh, what, you mad at me now? Or what you gonna do? What? You ain't finna do nothing. And most of y'all women, I'm not. I'm just gonna go over here. I'm gonna leave you alone, and I'm just gonna wait until you cool off, and then after you cool off and after you calm down, then we can talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about nothing. Okay, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. Most men like that kind of woman because they can push her around. They can dominate her. They can control her. That's what most of these little weak fools like. What, did I piss you off? No. I'm fine. Well, get in there and fix me something to eat. Okay, what do you want? These are the ones that y'all fall in love with. He loves me. He only does it because I made him mad. And if I wouldn't have made him mad, then he wouldn't have done that. I mean, he gave me a black eye because, I forgot to put the toilet seat down after he got done using the toilet. And it was my fault. And I should have went in behind him and I should have put the toilet seat down and I should have wiped it off. And that's why he hit me. Get a grip. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the women that I know, they might put the toilet seat down for you. They might wipe the toilet seat off. But you might end up wearing that toilet seat and you might end up swallowing whatever they use to wipe that toilet seat off. You see, these men, they don't want that kind of woman. They don't want a woman that can stand her ground. They don't want a woman that'll buck up on them and be like, nigga, I'm not finna take this no more. See, they don't want that. See, that's too hard of a woman to deal with because she got a mind. She has her own thoughts. She has her own opinions. She has her own way of doing things. So now men are intimidated by that kind of a woman. And she's hard to deal with. She's troublesome. She's high maintenance or whatever that they want to call her. No. You just a weak fool that wants a weaker woman that you can bully. That's all it is to it. And y'all women keep holding on to that stuff. Y'all keep trying to hold on to that man. The men now, they get the same kind of woman that is just as abusive, just as raw, and Y'all keep catering to them like a bunch of cowards. And if I piss somebody off for saying that, yo, so be it. The truth is what the truth is. Quit looking for perfection in a world that is not perfect. Quit looking for that perfect man, because it ain't one. Quit looking for that perfect woman. It ain't one. Because we all got issues out here. We all got problems. But we have to learn to let it go. We have to learn to let it be in yesterday. To let what happened in the past be in the past, because it's not going to change. Unless somebody come to you, well, unless you go and talk to Stewie on Family Guy or Mr. Peabody and Sherman and get in one of their time machines and go back in time, you ain't fixing jack, partner. It is what it is. It was what it was. Let it go. Move on to the next thing. If you got a new man, if you got a new woman, focus on that new man. Focus on that new woman. Focus on what it is that y'all got to focus on. Stop putting everybody in the place of yesterday. Yesterday is gone. Yesterday is done and over with. Again, black folks hate to say, I need to see somebody. Black folks hate to say, I need a psychiatrist. Black folks hate to say that I need to go see a therapist. Black folks hate to say I need counseling. We hate to say that because it's been programmed in our mind that it's a sign of weakness. It is not a sign of weakness, because if you go and talk to a therapist, a counselor, whatever, you not only may be saving your life, you may be saving somebody else's life. Take it from somebody that knows. Take it from somebody that walked around here for a long time like a walking, ticking time bomb. Because I kept so much in me that it didn't take much. You could just bump into me and I'm ready to throw blows with you. See, I'm not just saying all of this. I don't just be doing this show and having these conversations just for something to have a conversation about. Everything that I come to y'all with is everything that I've gone through, everything that I've had to deal with to get to the person that I am today. And it was not easy getting here. But I had to forgive. I didn't say forget, but I had to forgive. Because no matter who you meet in your life, no matter what they put you through, there is a lesson and there's a blessing in everything. You just have to stop, take a breath, and figure out what the lesson was and figure out what the blessing was. That's your task. But not to hold on to it and not to harbor on to it and not to harp on it for every day. Learn the lesson, learn the blessing, and move on to the next page. Close that chapter of your life, tuck it away, bury it, tie it to some C4 and blow it the hell up. Whatever it takes for you to let it go and to move on. Take your life back and take your power back from wherever it was that you left it. Because there's something bigger and there's something that's better that's waiting for you in the here and now, that's going to prepare you for the grand thing that's coming for you tomorrow. But you have to take the step to do that. And can't nobody do it for you. We can only assist. We can only watch. We can only opinionate, and we can only advise. But our opinions and our advice only carry as much weight as you choose to give it. And you also have to be careful who you get your advice from. You have to be careful who you get your advice from. I'm going to say it a third time. You have to be careful of who you get your advice from. You have to be careful of whose opinion that you give weight to, because everybody's advice and everybody's opinion is not in your best interest. Some of the best opinions and some of the best advice is meant to hold you back, because it's somebody that's giving it to you that does not want to see you raise up. They don't want to see you progress. They don't want to see you move forward. They don't want to see you do better than them. They will give you the best advice in the world, but that advice is tainted. Just like the church folks say, don't let everybody pray for you. Don't let everybody advise you. And don't let everybody's opinion sway you. And like my mama said, sometimes you have to look at the source. Because as pretty as the words may sound, the source itself may be a devil in disguise. I'm going to let y'all think about that. But do yourself a favor. Whatever past hurt, whatever past pain, whatever past trauma that you have had to endure in your life, learn the lesson, learn the blessing, let it go. It is nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. There's nothing wrong with seeing a counselor. There's nothing wrong with getting the help that you need to help you heal from whatever it is that's holding you back. Don't let nobody tell you different. It's time to stop putting away the shroud of necessary recovery, especially for our own people. Because again, we've gone through 400 years of pain, hurt, trauma, abuse. We've gone for 400 years of this. None of us are perfect. None of us are well. But it's time to stop hiding from it. It's time to stop sweeping it up under the rug. It's time to stop dodging it. It's time to start standing up and facing it. Because once you face it, conquering it will be no problem. Trust me on that. Well, that's my time, y'all. Y'all know what the deal is. Hit me up next week. Same time, same channel. Again, if you want to be on the show, hit me up on calendly.com and / the ICON Chronicles. Book you a day. Let's get this thing popping. Y'all have a great night. Y'all have an awesome week. It can't do nothing but get better from here, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace.